Good day guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel where we break down the charts every single day. So if you like money and you like crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get into the charts. But before I do, let's just play a quick clip from my last video. So this red dot giving us a move down into this blue box here and probably touching it and bouncing off before heading back up. So I will be expecting price to do something like this and eventually come down, touch my blue box here before getting a move back to the upside. All right, guys, as you can see, we actually predicted that move down perfectly. It went right into my blue box exactly as I predicted, and we did in fact get a bounce and a move to the upside. So if you actually took that long position, you could have that was actually an 8% move. So you could have made around 80% with 10x leverage. So we absolutely nailed that one spot on. So I hope you guys took that trade. But where are we going from here? Well, I want to start off on the higher time frames. So let's go down to the weekly. Now, as I've been saying in my previous videos, you never want to get overly bearish on support. Right now, the sentiment in the market is extremely bearish with the FTX news, with them being able to liquidate a lot of their assets, and it's going to put a lot of selling pressure on the market. But we are coming up to that key level of support at around 25k, and you never want to get bearish at support, and we actually have seen a bounce just as I predicted. And if we actually have look at that level, we can see all the price action that has occurred at that 25k level. And now that we are getting a bounce, it is actually more likely than not that we are actually going to get a move back up to the upside and potentially even break out. Now, if we have a look at our momentum waves on Market Cypher B, we can actually see that we are quite oversold at the moment, and our momentum waves are looking like they want to curve to the upside and give us that move up. However, this is on the weekly chart, so it might take a little bit of time to play out. And also just having a look at our RSI for a second, I might make this a little bit bigger for you guys. So we're not extremely oversold on the RSI. We're about at that mid-range point, but still that is still a lot of room for us to move up to the upside and potentially get a bigger move to the upside. Now let's go to the daily chart for a moment. So what are we looking at the daily? So on the daily chart, we are actually looking like we may potentially want to come down and cool off a little bit. You can see that our momentum waves have come up, but what I've noticed here is, can you actually see this blue line here, the VWAP? It started curving to the downside. So we do have the potential where this momentum wave could actually start to round off soon. And if we go to our lower time frames on the 4-hourly time frame, we can actually see that we are printing that red dot on the momentum waves. So we are likely to actually come down a little bit in the short term. So what are the levels I'm actually targeting us to come down? Well, let's just pull our volume profile. So the levels I would be targeting is firstly that point of control, which is that white line, and that blue line down here. So I would be expecting us to at least come down to this point of control, and then potentially the bottom of our range. So I am leaning a little bit more bearish in the shorter term, but on the daily chart and the weekly, I am overall bullish. And I do think that once we come down and potentially retest those lows at the edge of our blue box, we could then set ourselves up for a bigger breakout to the upside. Now, guys, I want to go to the Ethereum chart for a moment because I can see something quite interesting. So if we go to the daily time frame and we actually zoom out, so we can actually see that we have some very clear levels here. So the Ethereum price has actually been consolidating within this range for about the last year and a half. And when we do finally break out of this range, I am expecting a big move to the upside. Now we are testing the lows of this ascending resistance, which means like we are likely to get a bigger move to the upside, but that also doesn't mean we can't retap the edge of that line before we do get that move up. But when we do get that bigger move up, I'm expecting us to break out, and the level I will be targeting would actually be this level up here at around 35k. So one of our previous local highs. So I would be expecting a massive breakout as soon as we do break out of this range here. And it may look something like this. We may bounce around a little bit more, come out, retest that before breaking out and running up to that local top at around 35k, while we'll be expecting an ABC correction back down before making our next leg up to the upside. And that's pretty much all I've got for today, guys. If you liked that video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.